It's per back with another video, and I just got done watching Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This is a movie based on the children's book series. Now, I'm not too familiar with the book series because I never read those. You know, I was more into like the Goosebumps books, I should say. I always recognized the covers. They're always like weird, and I guess that's why I never read those as a kid. But after watching this movie, I gotta say I'll definitely look more into these books. But with all that being said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter at PerpMinded. This is going to be my non-spoiler review of this movie. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the characters, not so much the stories that they show in this, because there is a twist in this. Whether you find it interesting or not, that's up to you. I found it kind of intriguing, and there's definitely going to be a sequel if this makes its money, which it should, because I was surprised to see how many people went out to go out and see this. So this starts off, it's set in the 1960s, like the late 1960s, like 68 or 69, something like that. And we follow these group of kids. We have Stella, the main character. We got Ramon, we have Charlie, and Augie, or also known as August. And we just follow these characters. They're your typical teens that you would see in a horror movie. So it is funny when I look back at it. All the side characters outside of the main characters stood out more than the main characters. Like Stella, the actress that played Stella, she to me is like kind of 50-50. I didn't hate her performance. I didn't love it. It was just meh. Because sometimes it'd be cool, other times she'll say something to ruin it. We have like the generic bully in here, named Johnny. He's kind of like your average jock type character. He's a real douchebag in this. But as far as the characters go, the characters are pretty okay. They're pretty okay. I give them a pass. Nothing too complex about them, but I would say out of all the characters, my favorite is Charlie, because he's kind of like the comedic relief in this whole entire movie, and the one that had the most personality, I would say. But overall, the characters are okay at best. They're nothing spectacular, nothing game-changing. The story itself, the story was really interesting. I like that they're able to tell this unique story with all these different characters relating to the stories that they tell in the movie, if that makes sense. I loved the sound design in this film. Like, whenever something was about to pop off, they would just cut off the sound to really get that immersion and get you hooked. Because you know how some horror movies, they'll play music in the background while something creepy is about to happen to one of the characters. No, they do it the opposite. I like horror movies that know when to cut off the music, and they did a really good job with sound design in this. The effects and the stories, the actual creatures and things that come out of this movie were really solid. Some of them, the first couple were kind of weak, you know. And I also feel like this being PG-13, it kind of it nerfed certain scenes where they had to cut away from a lot of scenes earlier, like when stuff started to happen. But there's this one specific scene, a couple specific scenes where they're in this hospital, and just the way that whole thing went down and the way that was shot was really, really well done. But the last story that they tell in this is my favorite. I won't spoil that, but I'm pretty sure people could probably put two and two together and figure that out. But I really like this movie. It was cool. This is what I wanted from a Goosebumps movie, you know. The Goosebumps movie was cool, but it wasn't Goosebumps. Like, the very first Goosebumps movie just wasn't Goosebumps. I wish that we could get a Goosebumps movie like this. Give me this type of tone. I like the direction of where this potential franchise could go if they're making a sequel. Like I said, that all depends if they make their money back. But overall, I thought this movie was very solid. Something I would definitely put on during October, around Halloween season. Something you can watch with your friends. It's still entertaining. I have issues with certain things, but it doesn't change how I feel about the movie overall. But you know, when you guys go see this, let me know what you guys think about this movie. If you have seen this movie, let me know what you think in the comments below. Till the next video, I'm out.
When I was young, I thought that success was all I needed. That's what was gonna bring the happiness. Buying my mom a house, being the fame, the accolades, having people say, yo, you are the best in the game. I thought those would be the things that would bring happiness. And then when those things came, the happiness wasn't there. And I realized why that was. There was such an attempt to achieve these things and to keep going that you lose sight of the people and the blessings that you have around.